Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl El Aura, and I wanted to do a inner child reading for y'all. So we have a partial solar eclipse coming up in Leo, and it's all about ego deaths, new chapters, erasing old identities or false identities. It's about stepping into your purpose and just like a clean slate. So I wanted to do an inner child reading, like what identities are going to be brought to the surface, what needs to be worked on. So I meditated on this energy and got in some intuitive insights and pulled a few cards. So first card, we have resilience. We have Sasha. Okay, a lot of people are resilient where they're always the leader. They're always the one everyone's depending on. They're always putting the battery in somebody's back, always pouring into light, love, motivation into people. Just always being that leader, that girl, okay? And she's just strong, like a strong person or a man, right? Because it's either way. Always the dependable one, always the one that's going to like lead you in the right direction. You're going to call for advice. Okay, so you're resilient, you're always making it out of hard obstacles. You're just resilient, everyone looks up to you, and you're just like this leader. But when it's time for you to be vulnerable or soft, it's like you're guarded because you don't want people to see this as a weakness, or you feel like you're not the one that's supposed to be sad, emotional, like people are relying on you, so you don't have time. So you lead with strength and you don't show emotion. Even in your deepest sadness, you try to act like you have it all together. And it's important to be resilient, but sometimes when you're too resilient, that can become heavy on the mind, body, and spirit. So, and I saw 212, so look that up. I just felt an intuitive nudge for that. But it's like you just struggle with being vulnerable. And it's also tiring you because everyone depends on you. And it's like because they depend on you, you just tuck all your pain away. It's like, I don't have time for this. I have to lead. I have things to do. I have people dependent on me. But you speak so much life into people. You speak so much life into people. You help people so much. And when it comes to you, you just don't want to show your vulnerability. And then it's like you're human. You're not like this superhero. You're not uh immortal. Like you are human too, but you feel like you can't show your softness, your fears, your worries, your sadness, and you have an 8. So that's like a karmic lesson. And you have to look at who taught you how to, be this leader. Who taught you about emotions and how to communicate? Because you suppress your emotions, you act like fine, you wear a mask, you present yourself as a strong leader, and you are, but you have your own pain underneath. And when you go through hard times, you do not let people know because you don't want to be seen as weak or you don't have it together. But this is just like karmic, right? It's teaching you something. Who taught you how to suppress your voice, suppress your pain, and put on a mask and act like everything is fine when it's not? You still show up, and it's almost like you present yourself a certain way, even though deep down you're just like so unhappy. And it made me think about that book, Drama of the Gifted Child. It's like you always have to be grandiose. Like you have to be the best in the room. You have to get straight A's. You have to uh do so many things, and the parents love that about you. Like, oh, she always has it together. She's take care of her brother and sister. She's always the leader, always this, and this is who you develop to be, this independent, always taking care of people, always leading type of personality. But now you're coming to what 18, which is 9, this end of a cycle where you're just tired. You see her, she's always wanting peace. She's always supporting people, always uplifting. I mean, pouring energy in the back. She the type of girl that see you down like, oh no, mama, why you crying? Or the man that see you not doing well and he's going to try to help. And I'm seeing a lot of red, so this could be like a way to protect you when you were an inner child, like when you were a child, like security, safety. So you put on this mask that everything was okay. You wasn't really um free to express your emotions. So you just suppress and just act like everything is fine. And you're always the support for other people. You're always putting a smile on everyone's face. You know, you're always that light. You see that yellow shirt, the rainbow, you're like always that type of energy. And she's sitting on the blue, it's like your third eye and your throat chakra, like expressing yourself could have been suppressed. So if your feelings were suppressed as a child, you'll grow up and act like everything's fine, act like you have it together, act like you're this leader, but deep down, it's like you're hurting inside, you know? It's like being resilient. So it's like you're coming with this karmic energy of always persevering even in your unhappy times, sad times. Okay, you're always supportive, but now you need support, and that's okay. And I feel like you may feel defeated sometimes, and you're tired. That's what I'm getting. Like you're tired, and this is just like a end of a cycle. Like you are feeling defeated, you know. So I just feel like you've been supporting so many people. You're struggling to find like your own, like who are you really? Like you're really not this over support. Like you're tired of leading. Like you're sad, right? So you're trying to figure out and explore your own emotions because they have been suppressed for so long. So you're starting to feel like I'm tired of being a leader. I'm tired of being a go-to person. I need someone I can go to. I need someone that can help me that I can be vulnerable with, and you're just kind of like hiding this vulnerability. And it's funny because you have 8, 9, pretty much 18, and then 7. And then you take this, then like play, right? So it's like you're starting to see how this impacts you. It's like a form of enlightenment. And because also life is just so serious, like you are always helping others, leading others, like always on the go, always working, always being the leader, no vulnerability. And it's like, this is a survival skill that you learned. Like, suppress your emotions, take care of everyone else. Your voice, like I said, probably was suppressed. So now this is just a survival skill that you learned. So you need to look at, where did you learn being a leader? What did that look like? What parental figures, what did it look like for them to lead? What did it look like for them to communicate their emotions, their vulnerability? Um, you know, so you just really need to look at leadership, vulnerability, and how that leadership showed up, because you're operating out of survival as a survival skill. And I feel like you could even grow up without structure, stability, like less support. Like they didn't really support you because they're like, oh, she has straight A's. She has everything together. She's not sad. She's happy. So, you didn't really have, I feel like, that emotional support. And you could have grew up with instability, lack of structure. And you have to like look at ways that patterns that you have instilled in yourself to survive. Like you suppress your emotion. Maybe you were like dealt with emotional abuse, or maybe you dealt with someone who didn't really care how you feel. Like maybe this was a parent who always was like emotionally, I'm getting like just like emotionally explosive. emotionally reactive. So it's just like I might as well not even express my emotions. So you express enough for all of us. Like, because you created this perseverance and support out of survival. Like, and now you're kind of looking at it, or you need to, and see where this came from. Because this is a survival mechanism. And I feel like you need to learn healthy skills, like show up as a leader. Because a lot of times when you lead, people want people who share their stories of vulnerability, share when they're not doing okay. It makes them seem human. But for someone to always lead, always be positive, always be, uplifting, speaking life into people, and never like have rough days, or just express that they're not happy at the moment, or express they're not having the best day. When you open up as a leader, that also inspires your community to open up as well. So you need to look on ways that you persevered out of survival, the way that you support and was the light in dark moments in your family, and how you use that as a survival skill, and how that's showing up today. And I also feel like, because you are like this serious person, and you always like suppressing your emotions, when it is finally time to play, you self-sabotage. Like, your inner child is so bored. When she do come out, baby, you are turning up too much. You may be drinking too much. You may be partaking in vices too much. You may be calling somebody that you know you're not supposed to be messing with out of boredom, like just self-sabotaging, right? Kind of like rebellion. Like, you're always this leader, you suppress your emotions, so you subconsciously look for escapism. That's what I'm getting through, like alcohol or weed or just some type of vice or socializing. It's like your inner child gets so bored with suppressing her feelings and her emotions, that you do have like times where it weighs on you and you just look for fun, but it's like a self-sabotage type of fun. It's self-sabotaging. It's like a form of rebellion. Like, you see her, she done stole somebody's food, she run it off with it. And she like hee hee. She look like she got the silver teeth. Like, for real. And I just feel like partaking in play that you're not happy about afterwards. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's unconscious, right? Like, it's not something you do knowingly. Like, you might need to look at your patterns and say, okay, when I'm tired of leading, and I get overwhelmed, I get too stressed. Am I looking for ways to escape through going to parties, socializing, keeping busy, like always on the go? Are you looking for escapism through certain things? And I feel like it's just like, because you're always this leader, you just have like this restless type of energy. Like, just always trying to hear, always on the go, always working. Like, you just have a restless type of energy. If you haven't, and this is like resonating, you need to read The Drama of the Gifted Child, because that's what I'm feeling here, is just needing to be perfect, needing to show up as this leader, as this knowing a person that is knowing, like not really asking for support. Like, you just want to do your own thing. And then you have Wonder, like, she's ready to change her perspective. She's ready to see life in a new way. She's ready to have fun, like, and I mean fun that's not gonna self-sabotage. Like, fun, changing new perspective, doing things a certain way, being vulnerable. Because it's like you're dealing with this is like a karmic lesson. It's meant to teach you and evolve the spirit. And it's like you're tired of always being the support and not getting support. And then it's like this is a survival skill, and then also a release in unhealthy ways and self-sabotaging, because you suppress your emotions so much that you unconsciously look for ways to release the stress, but sometimes it's self-sabotaging. And your inner child is asking you to look at this in a new light, a new perspective. Switch up the old programming. Like, let's be vulnerable sometimes. Let's have fun before it's self-sabotaging. Let's just have fun. Like, let's go have fun regularly instead of having all this stress, have all this buildup, and then going out with a stressful mind and then unconsciously over drinking, overspending, like looking for healthy ways to tap into this play. Yeah, because I just feel like it's just this is like rebellious. It's unconscious rebellion against this type of energy. Like, oh, we're leader, we're perfect, da, da, da. And then it's like, oh, we about to turn up. We're the liquor, we're this, like, men too. Like, it could be contacting a woman you know you're not supposed to be dealing with, partaking in vices that again self sabotage, and you're just asked to like have a balance. Because the inner child, you like wonder, switch it up. Like, switch it up. That's your child. Your inner child is bored. She wants to wonder. She wants to explore new beginnings. Like 28. She wants new beginnings. So she's asking you, okay, realize the karmic lessons. Okay, in the cycle, this is enlightenment. Let's have new beginnings. Let's see how that makes you show up in love. Because I feel like a lot of times people don't realize how much the inner child and that childhood program affect us. Your inner child is not fulfilled and she's bored. And I feel like this energy right here, this work, work, work is lonely. And then it's like, oh, I'm about to go turn it with my friends, but it's like I said, it's unhealthy ways. And just like hard times, they're gonna come to an end. Like it's a lot of red, and I feel like you just do this out of survival. You could have had a parent, like I said, was emotionally explosive, emotional dysfunction in your home, some type of narcissism as well. So you just felt like you were supposed to suppress yourself. And I feel like now you're showing up in love where you're comfortable with getting breadcrumbs. Like very little from people. Like people don't gotta do much because you're just so busy and you're such a people pleaser that people don't even have to do much. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. You could be dealing with people who don't give you affection, don't give you energy, but as you showing up as resilient, supportive, and always doing the most. They don't even have to do anything for real. They just like, okay, I'm just here. And you can attract a lot of uh people that are dependent on you, like in relationships too. Like people that don't have their stuff together, and you're just like this powerful leader and supporter. So you attract this type of energy for yourself. Okay. Hiding feelings. Yeah. Like right under resilient, like I said, like you're hiding your emotions. You're not saying how you truly feel. You're just constantly trying to show up as this leader. You need to express how you feel to the one you love to see how they feel in return. And I feel like you just hide your feelings. When you're stressed out, you want to cry. Even if you cry at night, don't nobody know. You wake up, act like everything is fine. Like, girl, you not okay. Man, you are not okay. You break it down on the inside. And you just want to show up as a leader. Like, let somebody support you. You pouring love into so many people. Somebody's like, people will give that energy in return if you allow them. And you just think you're this lone wolf. This is a lot of cards. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? And you know what? Loner was at the bottom of this inner child deck. I don't know where I put it, but loner was at the bottom of this deck. And then it says love's the answer. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. And I just feel like you need to allow your emotions to navigate you sometimes. Like Don't depend on people like uplifting people to uplift you. I'm trying to think how to say this. Like the energy I'm getting, like you pouring love into other people is not always the answer. Pouring love into yourself because you're not alone, Wolf. Like you really be hurt behind this. Like you really want to, you want support. You tell yourself bad things, change your stories, and see the good that can happen. I feel like you just tell people, and I feel like you just act like everything is fine when it's not. That's untrue stories. And I feel like you feel like, oh, no one's gonna support me. Who's gonna show up for me? Don't nobody show up for me. I'm showing up for everybody else. Don't nobody do this for me. But you don't ask. You hide your feelings and you don't ask for it. So how can they give it to you? And you're just like always the supporter. So you show up as hiding your feelings as a resilient person. You know, you tell yourself, no one's gonna support me. Who's gonna look out for me? I'm a lone wolf. I can handle this all alone. I don't even need nobody for real. But a wolf is not alone. A wolf is a pack. And wolves are really strategic. Like wolves mate for life. Wolves, when the elder is old, they go and get the food and bring it back to the elder. They keep the elders in the middle. You know, there's wolves in the front and the back. So it's like wolves are not no loner. Fear of loss. You are afraid of losing someone or of being abandoned. Take a chance. And that's why you people please. That's why you do everything. Because you can even have abandonment issues. And I don't mean just physical abandonment, emotional abandonment from childhood. So you tap into this rebellious play, right? And that's your outlet. You support and you overgive out of fear of leaving. Like, oh, if I set boundaries around people, then they'll leave me, you know? So you're this leader and everyone always comes to you. You hide your feelings and it's like a fear of being abandoned. So you tolerate certain things, you tolerate breadcrumbs, and you tolerate minimal effort. And it's all because you need to heal. Excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work. And that's again wonder. I can't go do this because I have to work. You have to make time for balance. You have to, your inner child wants to explore. She wants to switch it up. She wants to do new things. And, you know, you can't always just say, like, I'm too busy. You see all that? What is that? Boxes? Baby, that's paper. Like, child, if you don't come outside, but tap into your inner child and wonder and explore. You could feel like, I feel like you had criticizing parents. Like this says, criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. I feel like you just had criticizing parents with this type of energy. So you kind of just shrink yourself. But you can also, I'm also getting like, you don't share your emotions, you're unhappy, and then you criticize this person in their head of everything they're doing wrong, or that you have to help them, or criticize them verbally, but it's like you're not creating any boundaries because you're just giving all this support, not letting people support you, and you just have all this resilience. Like I'm gonna do it myself, handle it myself, and then you want to criticize people for not joining in to help you. There, there's no hold on, sorry, no good ones. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. And I just feel the right people with the boundaries are going to respect it. They're like, yeah, she did give a lot. Like, she's been doing a lot. And I feel like there are good people out there. There are people that will balance your energy, friends, partnerships, family members, and you just have to find those people. And in order to find them, you have to explore, you have to switch up, and you have to do things differently. I'm trying to think if I want to pull more. I think I'm gonna pull. Uh, I'm gonna pull these, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, girl, let somebody help you. Men, y'all know y'all like to overdo it. Let somebody help you. Ask for help. Celebration. Yes, go have fun. Celebrate it in a way that is healthy, that's not self sabotaging. Before you get overstressed, before you get to the edge, because that's what self sabotages you. Judgment, really looking at your higher self, really looking at this. You see your higher self looking at what you were taught, why you persevere so much, why you're this people pleaser, why you are always the go to person. Leadership, looking and analyzing, like I said earlier, who taught you how to be this leader? Who taught you how to communicate? And really dig deep. And then start self analyzing the way you show up in leadership, the way you express your emotions. Because if you look closely, you will learn that this is a survival skill. My cat in there cutting up. Rest. Yes. Rest and wonder. Rest, wonder, have fun, explore, look at things from a new light. And you don't have to be this person that's always on the go. You can rest, okay? And let your spirit guide you. Yeah, Holy Spirit. Again, with that seven, play in healthy ways that are not self sabotaging. So I hope this resonated. Um, yeah, so that's it. Bye.